there guys, hope you're having a great day. It's me, Cypher here, back with another SHADOWGUN WARGAMES video. And today I am doing the video that was requested a lot by you guys. So today I have decided to provide you some tips and tricks about DAISUKE that I think that can make you a good player at using him. So first of all, let us do a character breakdown of him before we start. So, DAISUKE was introduced in Season 2 update of SHADOWGUN WARGAMES. He is a runner with high mobility, low health, high damage and average range and a very little support. He has two sets of weapons in his arsenal, one of them being is a dual pistol which has a capacity of 24 bullets in a magazine, which has a good amount of fire rate, and other being a mini grenade launcher which has a capacity of 6 shells in a magazine, which also has a decent amount of damage and good amount of fire rate. His mini grenade launcher is actually a great weapon for medium ranged combat. It is kind of like Sarah's rocket launcher but with less damage than rocket launcher, but a direct hit weapon and with more magazine. Now about his abilities, he carries two sets of abilities. One of them being is triple slash. The purpose of triple slash ability is basically your character pulls out two swords and then goes berserk on the enemy, dealing a good amount of damage in a melee style combat. Now his second ability, which is Tech Jammer, or as we say EMP, which stands for electromagnetic pulse, which is basically it disables the enemy's abilities when the enemy comes into contact with the range of his Tech Jammer. The opponent's abilities are pretty much useless against your Tech Jammer unless they are not in the range or if they shoot it down. Now this was the character breakdown and the background about DAISUKE. Now let us start with tips. Tip number 1. Never rush with DAISUKE unless it is a 1 versus 1 situation. Now I think this rule might apply to all characters except the tank class, because tanks can actually pull off a 1 versus 3 situation. But why I am saying this specifically for DAISUKE is because he has a very low health, which is 80 HP, which is pretty low for a runner based hero, but it compensates for the amount of damage he deals. So when you are in a 1 versus 1 situation, never pull out the mini grenade launcher first, because you will only have 6 shells to hit the enemy, which most of time, let's be real, you will only hit 2 or 3 of those shells out of the 6, which is not enough to kill your enemy. Use his dual pistols when engaging in a 1 versus 1 fight, as his pistol deals 12 damage per bullet. So if we do a quick calculation, if you manage to hit at least 12 bullets to 15 bullets from his pistol on the opponent all perfectly, you can kill the opponent in under 5 seconds, which is good if you ask me. And make sure you keep strafing from side to side while walking backwards. So what this does is It basically makes you a hard target and a small target as you go backwards. So it makes hard for enemy to hit you, so it makes you a hard target. Now tip number 2. I have said this before and I will say this again. Take the advantage of his speed. As you guys know, Jet and DAISUKE are the only 2 characters in the game with the highest mobility possible. While you are in the capture the flag game mode, use this mobility and go for the healing points in the middle of the map. So if any of your teammates has their health on very low, they can quickly rush to the healing points that you have captured and heal themselves. And in zone control, you can use his mobility and high speed to go rush for zone C while your teammate captures zone A. That way you can manage to capture enemy zone A while your team captures yours. You will already have 2 zones that way on the lock. If your team has captured zone A and C and the enemy goes for zone A, you can capture zone B, which will create a big mess for the enemy team. And that's what you have to do in the zone control while using a agility based character. Now tip number 3, proper use of his abilities. Now as we all know, DAISUKE has 2 abilities. One of them is being an offensive and a defensive ability, which I mentioned very earlier in the character breakdown. You can actually come up with a good combo to end your enemy as fast as you can. Now here's the trick. Let us say you are in a 1 versus 1 situation against a Slate. What you have to do is to lower his health first with your pistol, then quickly deploy the tech jammer, as when a Slate is on low health, their best option is to use self-heal, and tech jammer can disable that. And while he is in the range, damage him a bit more, then quickly finish him off with his triple slash ability. That way you can do a very excellent execution to your opponent. Yes, that way you can finish him off in a matter of 5 seconds if you are very quick and if you time your abilities correct. Now tip number 4, his mini grenade launcher. Now I have mentioned this earlier that his second weapon in his arsenal is a mini grenade launcher, which deals a decent amount of damage. It deals 30 damage per shell, and he has 6 shells in his magazine. So if we do another quick calculation, if you manage to hit all 6 shells on the enemy, it will deal 180 damage, which is amazing if you ask me. While using his second weapon, never ever be very close to the enemy, as if you are too close to the enemy, those shells that are fired from his mini grenade launcher can damage you as well. Although you can use his second weapon pretty well when you are trying to secure a zone. Let us say you are trying to capture zone B and you see a jet running towards you. Pull out that mini grenade launcher and shower it on that jet. Yes. Now keep this in mind, guys. These are my tips that I think that can make you good and using DAISUKE. Follow these tips and let me know in the comment section if how these tips has affected your progress in using DAISUKE. I hope you guys enjoyed this second tips and tricks video. I wish you a pleasant day. Stay safe See ya. Bye bye.